basketball game. The Marion girls defeated Jeff 64-46. Trina Key.
Thank you very much, Tom. Yes, we're live from the Tippecanoe Mall with Jan Kohler, the Executive Director of Junior Achievers, and first till 9 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow from 10 to 9, so a lot of good goods out here and a lot of young businessmen that are really learning about it all. Tom?
Being royalty can have its problems, like published pictures of the pregnant Prince of Wales. John Blackstone explains.
Out a little more than you expected. From today's satellite, look at this. Nothing. We'll just pass the satellite up and we'll go right on to the national map. As you notice here that I'm having difficulties tonight, so we'll just move all these symbols out of the way here and push the map on back.
National forecast map. We'll push through, get all that low pressure out of here, and that will leave behind clear skies, sunny skies, nice temperatures. The only problem I see is this low here in Colorado. Hopefully that'll take an off-ramp up to Canada. We don't know. But anyway, we'll see. Here's the forecast for tonight. Our high school game of the week.
Tomorrow calls for most of the nation to be enveloped by that whole thing. As we see here, rain is falling anyway, and cloudiness will be moving into the northern plains. Temperatures there will be mostly...
Larry Melbourne will single home Mike Schmidt here for the win.
For the fourth straight month in a row, prices paid to farmers for crops and livestock have...
So, Jay, things are going to get good, and they're going to stay even better.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. It's about time. On Wall Street today, prices closed higher in very active trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished today at 1,200.55, up 10.54. The big board volume was 85,350,000 shares. Now here's a look at some stocks of local interest.
What are you doing? 14. You're not talking to me.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, we are.
No, you're not. I'm Cindy Zahn.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is my girlfriend, Delana.
Hi. Why are you here tonight?
To pick up men, Are you available? I don't want to do this. Oh, shoot.
Last week, you may recall, Larry Clisby indicated in the sports commentary that the Boilers would have the Illini in the bag. Tonight, the unknown sportscaster has requested equal time.
That's right. Who was that idiot?
I don't know.
Who was
I think he's
idiot?
talking to me.
I wish I could see out of this thing, yeah. Can you believe that I was that bad? Well, anyway, folks, we're going to preview the McCutcheon Mavericks coming up next.
Now at the state map, you can see what this all results in. On the state map, sunny skies across the Hoosiers. Oh boy, let's try that again. Sunny skies across the Hoosier State tomorrow. Temperatures in the low 60s throughout much of the...
Good evening, I'm Tom Maxedon. Secretary George Shultz visits Paris.
I'm Joanne Serpy, sitting in for Mary Meislewood. The president speaks out on the Grenada intervention.
In a speech to the nation tonight, President Ronald Reagan...
With my colleagues.
Yes, it's true. Governor Orr is calling in thousands of Eskimos to handle the snow drifts out back. Igloos are being built over many of the industries in Lafayette, and it was just terrible out there today. High temperature of 40. Taking a look now at our weather map here, like you're just going to pay any attention anyway. Cold front will move on out of off the East Coast, and a low-pressure system moving through New England.
All at 11 tonight. Have a good evening. The CBS Evening News will not be seen this evening. Stay tuned for the Muppets.
Come on out there, too. Going to BT3. You sounded dead serious when you said that.
Friday night NFL appearance this evening.
Okay, we're going to be serenaded. Serenaded, that's the word I'm looking for. This is catchy.
We'll be back after this. That's the new proposal. And today, I'll get it out here, was an absolutely beautiful day to spend in the park if you had your boots on.
Way to get the most control.
Stand by in the studio. Mike, cue.
The I'll try it again.
Maybe on tapes.
Marine troops still in Lebanon may soon be coming home, but Indiana Senator Richard Lugar says they should have...
It was, here we go. Brad Lowhouse inside. He had 11 points for the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's Stokes. That's the end of the highlights, folks, right there. Let's go back to the scoreboard anytime.
Notre Dame today leading at halftime 2-71. Houston beat Virginia 74-65. We have some highlights of that one for you. I hope. I guess not. Okay. I give up, folks. What are we going to do? I guess more scores from the top 20. Wyoming losing to Texas El Paso, ranked 8th. Memphis State, a loser to Louisville. Louisville getting back in the swing of things. Maybe they'll get back in the top 20 before it's over. We'll have some highlights before it's over. Touching at McCutcheon. Highlights should be coming, folks. Sorry, not there. 18-7-6. And at the Olympics also today, Roz Sumners came in second in women's figure skating. That's all for sports. I don't know what this is. Joanne.
That's the 37th annual Purdue Royal.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll have that when we come back,
right,
correct?
When we come back.
Good. Stay with us, folks, please.
I talked to Mr. Bailey on the phone very briefly, and he said that he allows the seeing eye dogs in. His complaint is that you loiter there. And what do you say to that?
Bullshit.
Say something I can put on air.
Well, let me come.
58.
And that's all for today's Noon Edition. We're over here. Join Mary Meiselick and Ken Schmidt for a complete report on all the day's news tonight at 6.
One half the term.
A House Senate panel working to trim the federal budget deficit has approved spending reductions for Medicare. One of the provisions will make it more difficult for doctors to bill for debridement of mycotic toenails, or more commonly treating toenail fungus. Although Medicare does not pay for ordinary toenail clipping, sorry, I can't get through this. It does pay for special treatment for the elderly. Many doctors routinely bill for the treatment to the tune of $37 million a year. The new provision I apologize. The new provision will force doctors to prove a patient has a disease before they collect the fee. Well, the story before that and that one just, I couldn't do too much, so I'm going to pass it to you, Jim.
Certainly. We'll get out of this quickly. Currently 79 degrees in Lafayette. Humidity is way down, which made it a gorgeous day with some very comfortable winds. Barometer is stable at the moment. Should stay fairly stable for the next couple of days. The reason why from the cloud cover map this afternoon as we go for a little swim there. Here we go. Any minute it's going to roll up here. It's not. Okay. No, we're going to go to the state map next to take a look at what will be happening across Indiana tomorrow. Over here on the stable map, as you can see, bright sunshine is expected across mid-north Indiana. That should last through Wednesday as well. Map once again. That front and that cloud cover, as you can see this morning, left clear skies over much of the slowly. That's good news. From this afternoon, you can see the cloud cover moving across the map there. Big, heavy area of clouds that is blacking out every couple of seconds. We'll wait and see what it does here. Maps move in, well, it's wait a minute. We'll move to the state map. How about that? There we go. State map from this afternoon shows you what's going on across the Hoosier State at newscast time. Temperatures are very, boy, nothing's going right tonight, is it? I should have stayed home in bed to celebrate the holiday. Weekend, Jerry Lewis Telethon coming up, of course, on Monday. And once we get rid of that rain on Sunday, it looks like we're looking pretty good for that holiday on Monday.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Great.
Okay. Larry will join us right after this, and he's got some good news for the Cubs fans. I'm chairman for the feast, and I believe it's his 13th year working on it.
That's correct.
Yeah. Hi, John. Why aren't you out there putting up tents and all that sort of thing?
Several notable American women visited Purdue in 1936, among them Eleanor Roosevelt. The First Lady spoke to a Purdue housing research group on June 17th. 6,000 people were on hand. Later that year, Amelia Earhart
and that on the day Ron Cole had been shot, he had been in a bad mood. And when Smith and Cole had an argument at about 1:30 that morning, Cole reached for his left boot. Smith thought he had a gun in that boot. He said, I began shooting and running, and oh, I threw things at him, and it was terrible. We've got one, don't we?
Service 18 report with the cool spot in Gary at 44, and through mid-north Indiana, Monticello is still the cool spot for this time of the night. This is getting boring.
It sure is.
You wear rubbers ever?
No, I don't.
Well, it's that time of the year again, and I'm not talking about barbecue season. Pull out the rubbers, folks.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jim. Dave?
Okay, the high school football rankings are out. Larry will have those when the news continues.
Was ejected from the game, and when he left the field, he scuffled with manager Herzog, and Herzog tried to pull him back into the dugout, and it was just a big mess, but I guess boys will be boys.
Sounds like the John McEnroe of baseball here.
Yeah, another bat. Give him a tennis racket instead of a baseball bat.
Right. Thanks, John. Thanks, Paul. Sorry.
Fine, Tom.
It sounds like a tale of horror stories are made up. We'll get it back together now.
Tomorrow on the Noon Edition, we'll look at older Americans in the workforce.
We'll have something in agriculture tomorrow also.
Mike Pickett and Joe Serpi will have all the news of the day, including the election wrap-up at 6 o'clock. Until then, have a nice day.
We'll see you tomorrow, including Garth.
The 56 players in all have their names in the hat for the big dollars. And now moving to hockey. Fans have waited for this all night because this is the biggest news in sports. Joe Willie Namath, 41 years old, is married. That's right. He got married, I don't know, yesterday or today. It doesn't matter. Deborah Lynn Mays is the lucky lady. She's only 22 years of age. I waited all night and I blew it.
You thought you said Joe Willie get married.
Joe Willie is married.
We rolling?
We are rolling.
Okay. Stand up, take one. The jury deliberated for stand up, take two. The jury deliberated for just over under 7.5 for. The shit. Okay, stand up, take five. Oh, fuck. Why can't I even read? Okay, are we rolling?
Yeah.
7 or 8? 8 or 9? What do you think? Too dramatic, too much? Can I do that again?
Yeah.
Stand up, take 11 or 12. Hell, we don't need a bump. This is lead story, brother.
Sorry.
12 or 13. Let me do that again. 13 or 14. I don't like that. I got an incredible dry mouth here.
Hang on a second, please.
Working for you in Crawfordsville, Jim Stage, News Service 18.
No, you're Jeff. Jeff Smith.
That was my pizzazz. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. 8. But does Simon say 8?
Go ahead.
Did I sound bored?
No, you sound good. Okay, rolling.
Promo, take 1. Take 2.
Hurry up, we're going into tape.
Okay.
Got 4 minutes left.
5.
Okay, go ahead.
Take 3, 4, something. Cut. Death fucking A.
Okay, go.
Oh, shit. Looks like a bar. 7, 8. Another buffer.
Down in 3, 2, 1, mark. What was that?
Scarf.
Oh. Coming down in 3.
This is like so big. Anyway.
Photographer Tom Trow got himself literally wrapped up in the action. Now check this out. He went right in front of this golfer. Kaboom. Got it on his shoulder. Tom is okay.
Handicap.
They've done all the running they're going to do at the Speedway now before the race. Who's going to win?
I don't know.
You don't have any
I
idea?
know. I really don't. I don't know.
I bet it's going to be a first-time winner.
Okay.
Bobby Rahal. Somebody's going to win for the
I'll come
first
up
time.
with a pick.
You think of somebody for tomorrow. All right?
Pull
We'll
a
take
name
the
out of the hat.
strawberry picking after this.
Maybe even a light sprinkle or two, but the skies will start clearing off by tomorrow morning. And once again, it's going to be chilly all the way down to 50 degrees. The sun will be back out again tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be a very pleasant afternoon. Mild temperatures in store for us.
The Carroll County Grain Elevator.
That's grain, not crane.
In my pocket?
Yeah.
Shithead.
Portions of News Service 18 are sponsored by McCord Goodyear Tire Stores and by Giant TV and Appliance Rentals.
I'm sorry, I've done this a long time. Are we done?
I think we understand why it's 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning for the telethon. I think that
my career might be over.
We've established now. Jerry gets a little tired that time of the morning, and you're going to be in there to pull it up.
U.S. Open tennis is over with me. I don't have to worry about it Saturday and Sunday.
It sounded like a handgun manufacturer the way you said that. You're popular with the tennis names.
Thanks for bailing me out.
We'll pull this together and we'll finish when we return. Stay with us.
One man is dead and one woman, or what rather, one woman is dead. Excuse me. One man is dead. I'm sorry. One woman is seriously injured here at State Road 25 and I-65 at the on-ramp to I-65 and southbound State Road 25. Trooper Dave Cronk has been investigating the accident.
Listen up! If you're looking for a car, come on down to Mr. T's Auto Sales. You'll find a great selection of quality used cars at Mr. T's. And there ain't no pussyfooting around here either. If you see it here, buy it here, and pay for it here. There's no middleman because we offer free on-the-spot financing. You'll love the selection, experienced sales team, and friendly service at Mr. T's. I said you'll love the friendly service. So get on down to the A-Team in Lafayette, Mr. T's Auto Sales, 600 South Street. I pity the fool who don't.
Sharing a smile, figuring out what life's about. People with style, making you want to jump and shout. TV 18, you got the touch. TV 18 and you. Together we're the best. We've got the touch. We've got the touch. We've got the touch on TV 18. We've got the touch on TV 18.
And for 1985-86, TV 18 returns with the #1 lineup of news and entertainment for Mid-North Indiana. Meet the growing demand for state and national agricultural information. TV 18 now carries Ag Day, a nationally syndicated show produced through the facilities and cooperation of TV 18. Garth Clark, TV 18 Farm Director, has taken on double duty in producing Ag Day. And coming soon, look for Ag Week, a weekly summary of agribusiness news. TV 18's Department of Public Affairs had another banner year. We spearheaded the local drive for responsible use of alcohol with our public service announcements for Operation Prom Graduation and our holiday drinking awareness announcements. TV 18 further carried on the campaign with One for the Road, a half-hour program on local alcohol awareness. Public Affairs also saluted the valedictorians of Benton and Tippecanoe counties with the best of the class. And we capped this year with a record total for Jerry's Kids and the Labor Day Telethon. This season, we'll be encouraging school children to enjoy reading with the CBS TV 18 Reading Program. Public Affairs, touching our community with love. We've got the sports that Mid-North Indiana loves.
And good evening, everyone. One of Purdue University's
The TV 18 sports team takes you on a daily excursion through a potpourri of area sports. This past year, TV 18 has shared championship performances as diverse as horseshoes and baseball. We've recently premiered this year's Leon Burnett Show, as well as Purdue football games and highlights. And basketball is just around the corner with the Gene Ketty Show and the most Purdue games of any station. TV 18 will continue to carry outstanding IHSAA matchups as high schoolers battle to be #1. In the spring, look for exciting race coverage with the Purdue Grand Prix and our popular Indianapolis 500 reports. Bringing Mid-North Indiana the best in local and national sports is TV 18 Sports Team.
Good evening, I'm Mike Piggott. Last year when I came to News Service 18, I made a promise that we would create a tradition of excellence in news gathering and reporting in Mid-North Indiana. Well, I'm pleased to report now that we're living up to that pledge. Over the past year, we have increased our news gathering staff by 40%. We have built what I consider the strongest team of news reporters to cover Lafayette. We've upgraded our news gathering equipment, which enables us to do more live eye reports. We've remodeled the newsroom to facilitate news operation, and will soon be utilizing a video graphics unit for our weather forecast. Our expanded staff of reporters includes assignment editor Bill Cochran, producers Mary Meislewick, Celine Phillips, and Wally Hubbard. We've boosted our photo staff to show you the story of our community. Chief photographer Tom Trial and David Storkey were honored by their peers for coverage of the disturbance at Purdue last fall. Versatile Gary Higgins combines his photography skills with a sense for people, and it doubles up to bring you weekend features about our town and its people that play. Add to that two fine young additions to our staff, Kevin Sublick and Dennis Goins. And the result is a team of not just picture takers, but photojournalists. Those professionals support our staff of reporters. Reporters Lafayette has come to trust. Debbie Roth, assigned to Lafayette City Government and the state legislature. Jim Stage, covering Purdue University. Chris Marissi, our county government reporter. David Walker, our late edition anchor, and our Crime Stoppers producer. Jeff Smith, reporting on West Lafayette government. And we're proud to introduce our newest member of the team, Ellen Lieberman. Ellen's a graduate of the Columbia Graduate School of Journalism. Her assignments will include consumer interest and agribusiness. And finally, I'd like to officially introduce Mary McDermott. Mary joined our staff in July. Along with anchoring our early and late editions, Mary is also a general assignment reporter. People all over Mid-North Indiana depend on News Service 18 for comprehensive weather reporting. We have just installed a major satellite computer-enhanced weather graphics system. The system will allow Kathy Bonpine to better show a more accurate, up-to-the-minute weather forecast. Along with expanded weather services, News Service 18 will utilize this technology to bring insight to local stories. Imagine how we will use this on our next election coverage. Plus, soon we will become an inaugural member of the CBS Regional News System, bringing expanded state and regional news to you. This past year, News Service 18 has won more awards than in our history. But what we are especially gratified about is the response our viewers have shown for our newscast. Today, more people are watching News Service 18, and we want to thank all of you for your confidence. And now, here's something totally different.
Recently, the nationally respected composer and conductor of Purdue's marching band requested permission to arrange our news music for marching band. This music will soon be available to musical organizations nationwide. News Service 18 was at the world premiere of Bill Moffat's arrangement of News Score 18, performed by Purdue's marching band at West Lafayette High School's halftime show. Take it away, Mr. Moffat.
Every day, you and I take our bodies for granted. There are many people who don't have the strength to accomplish even simple tasks. People with muscular dystrophy. With your support, MDA funds a variety of programs that benefit people who live with this crippling disease. Scientists at Purdue University and across the country are working diligently to help find a cure. So as you watch this year's telethon, give generously. Your donation offers a ray of hope.
Economical race, and that lead is dwindling by the second. The scoreboard showing it a half a second, but it certainly isn't. It's nothing now. Daley Sullivan going down low. Can he make the move? Sullivan down low. Side by side, Sullivan has the lead. Daley Sullivan, Kentucky, and just at that moment, losing control of the car, doing a magnificent job of not hitting the wall and continuing in the race. It's unbelievable.
The incredible move maybe ever in Indianapolis, and Mario didn't hit him, Jim. That's even more incredible. Andretti subtly moving to the side like a fighter. Taking. Yep. And you can imagine the ambivalence that Paul Newman must feel, incidentally. Owning, co-owning. Yep. Here he comes. Yeah, yep.
Danny Sullivan side by side with Mario Andretti, and he does not get caught off this time.
Yeah.
He does not spin. He takes the lead.
They're going to, they have said, they have laid out here the conditions that we have to satisfy for their standpoint. And my understanding is, presumption is that when we terms of when a hearing would be held on the substantive questions of our motion for rate relief and the other portion of the case, for dealing with this. And NIPSCO wants to deal with the whole thing more slowly than everybody else does, which is fine with me as long as we take 17 out of the rate base first. That's not in their plan. About half of my district lives in towns, and about half of it lives in the country, and I'd say probably a third of the electric customers in my district are NIPSCO customers. I think most of the industry in my district